Hi guys, welcome to the video, and in today's video I'm just going to be reviewing episode 4 of season 2 of the L Word, Generation Q, XYZ. I have a lot of feelings about this episode. There was just a lot to process. I'm still processing it. We're here with I need a therapist. I need to join Bet and Angie in therapy. So the episode starts with Danny's father being arrested. Woo woo. That's the sound of the police. Yeah, he's been arrested and he's ruined Danny and Gigi's date, so cool. I think the drama surrounding Danny's father is probably going to escalate later on in the season. Just have a feeling about that. So Danny runs away and Sophie ends up going to find her after kind of being pestered about it by Mika, and Sophie finds Danny and she looks like a princess on that balcony. She looks like Juliet out of Romeo and Juliet, but I just wish that Romeo had been Bet or Gigi. I have nothing against Sophie as a character, I just don't care for the Danny-Sophie relationship. I've said before that I felt that they were very mismatched and there's not a lot of chemistry, and it is being dragged out at this point, but okay, sure, fine. The world doesn't revolve around me, I understand that, but if it did revolve around me, we'd have a lot of Gigi, Bet and Danny scenes, that's all I'm saying. There were some quite touching moments this episode, particularly surrounding Alice. You know, she's dealing with heartbreak and she's writing this book, and the subject of Dana gets brought up, and she ends up talking about Dana's death and how it made her feel, and it just punched me straight in the heart. I just thought it was incredibly well acted by Leisha this episode, and also just, like I said, I didn't need to be punched in the heart like that, but okay. It's nice to have some touching moments, I guess. There's also a bit of discussion surrounding Carmen from Shane, and it was quite nice to see Shane showing some emotion and accountability, or at least acknowledgement about how she hurt Carmen. You know, I've never really been a fan of Shane because she's always struggled to kind of grow as a person, and she's always seemed a bit emotionally stunted, and people are complex. We all go through times in our lives where we don't act like the best version of ourselves. You know, maybe I'm still there myself. But the point is, you go through things like that and evolve, and you know, I don't feel like there's been enough of the evolving happening for Shane, and Shane's character still feels quite lost to me this season, or a bit empty. The discussion around Carmen was nice because it just showed some emotional depth. I enjoyed the cameo from Alice's mum. That was just a throwback to the OG, and it was delightful. I like her mum. They have such a good dynamic. Angie was very cute this episode. I like Angie. She's so young and full of energy, and I'm so old and bitter, and give me the youth. Not in a weird way. Okay. Anyway, it turns out Marcus is dying, and this prompts her to seek out therapy and also ask Bet to attend therapy with her. Good God, it's 2021 and Bet Porter is still in therapy. I mean, let's face it, she needs it. My notes say Bet is heading back to therapy where she belongs. But this time, Tina and Carrie are going to be there. One therapist is not enough to deal with Tina, Bet, Carrie and Angie in a room. It would take a team of therapists to even get anywhere. Why does Generation Q want to take it there? Okay, like I think I've said in past videos that Bet and Tina needed much more therapy than they initially had. Apparently my wish is coming to life in 2021. We'll see how that pans out. Probably going to be a bit heated. Now, speaking of Bet, we do get to see Daddy Bet driving her car. I enjoyed that scene very much for reasons. And this is the episode we meet Pippa. Pippa is an artist who Bet is pretty much obsessed with, and she's decided to turn up at her art studio unannounced and uninvited. And Pippa slams the door in her face, but Bet waits outside for her until it gets dark. And Pippa comes back out and she's like, oh, you're still here. And then Bet gives her whole life story about how obsessed she is with Pippa, but because Bet looks like a daddy, Pippa invites her inside. I like Pippa. I wasn't sure that I was going to like Pippa just because I didn't know how they were going to interact, and as much as I love Bet and I love Jennifer Beals, she still has to have some chemistry with the other actor to make it work, and I wasn't sure if Bet and Pippa were really going to have any chemistry, especially after seeing how Bet was with Gigi, because Bet and Gigi have chemistry. I mean, you might not like Bet and Gigi together, but there is at the very least a very strong, potent sexual chemistry between them, even if they're not necessarily kind of healthy or in love. They hot together. That's all I'm saying. So if you're going to replace Bet and Gigi, it really does need to be with somebody who has chemistry with Bet, and I think Pippa has it. I was pleasantly surprised. I loved their date together. There were some sparks flying, and they were both calling each other beautiful, and oh wow, I want to see them, I want to see them have a relationship, and maybe make eye contact, maybe I don't know any lesbians who actually do that. It's more yeah. I like Pippa. I said it. I have like 4 ships with Bet going right now. You have to be a multi-shipper with Bet because she has a harem of women. How many women is it now? It's Pippa, Gigi, Tina is on the back burner, but still, is that over? And then Danny, what's going on with that? That's 4 women. That's 4 women cooking on the stove, on the Bet Porter stove. Who will she take a sip of next? And on the subject of Bet, she goes to see Gigi after her date with Pippa, and it's possible she has Pippa on the brain when she slams Gigi up against a tabletop. My mouth fell open when this scene came on the screen. It was only 27 seconds long, but sweet baby Jesus, it was the best 27 seconds of my lesbian life. It was, how dare it be that short? How dare you, Showtime? How dare you? It's straight up homophobic to not give us at least a minute of Gigi and Bet together. They're so hot together. Please let Bet continue sleeping with Gigi, even if she has a relate. That's bad of me to say. I shouldn't be saying that. I need it for environmental climate change purposes. Final notes on this episode. Maribel was amazing as usual. I'm just grateful for Maribel providing some comic relief this season. And oh my god, Sherry Jaffe is back on the scene next episode. I did not see that coming whatsoever. And I've said this before in other videos about the L Word. Sherry Jaffe was probably one of my favourite Shane ships in the OG. So, wow, they are just chucking things into the mix this season. And I knew this season was messy, but it's about to get so crazy. I'm just strapping in for the ride, Nothing makes sense, but it's working somehow. Okay guys, if you've seen episode 4, let me know what you think of it down in the comments section. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you hated it. Let me know who you think is going to end up with who. Yeah, just let me know. I enjoy reading your sometimes your rants, sometimes your predictions. That's me reading. That's miming. Don't forget to subscribe for instant disappointment, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.